everyone, it's Tani Games here. Welcome back to the channel. I'm here with a video where we're going to be discussing some new artworks that have been posted in the brand kit, which is available on the Disney Dreamlight website. You all know I get a lot of information from here where I can. You know, sometimes I've been able to find the key art before it's been officially released on channels and stuff. So it's a big thing that I'm interested in looking at. But actually, I was beaten to it this time around. The amazing Oscar from Oscar's Cozy Corner actually uncovered this, so all credit to him. He has done a video on it, so I'm going to leave a link in the description below for you to check out, because I do highly recommend checking it out. I think he raises some really good points in his video. I do love Oscar's content. I think his content's top tier, to be honest, and the editing that he does is some of the best that's actually out there in the Disney Dreamlight Valley community. So I definitely recommend checking him out, watching his video. But I did also want to do a video on this. I wanted to give his video a bit of time to shine though. And I'm going to try and come up with my own thoughts, so it's not a direct copy obviously. But Oscar's amazing. Oscar found this information. It is on, as I said, on their brand kit. I did find it. I think they removed it for a bit and I think it's back visible again, because when I first looked I didn't see it, but now I found it. So yeah, but I thought we'd go through these snapshots and I'd give my individual impressions on them. So let's go take a look. Okay, so we're going to start off here with this screenshot, which shows a closer look at Merida. I was about to say Mirabelle then. I got my names muddled up in my head. Merida and Flynn, and what looks to be our avatar taking a selfie in this biome, the Ever After. I'm like trying to remember the names of the biomes. It's all like, because it's new. Sometimes I get confused between Ever After and The Bind, but this is Ever After. Now, it's nice to see a closer and clearer look at Merida. I do think she looks amazing. I'm so excited to have her in the valley. I love Merida. Flynn, I'm still a little 50-50 on. There's something not quite right, but there is something about him that does look like Flynn. I'm so excited to get him in the valley. I would have preferred Prince Philip, because Prince Philip is my ultimate Disney man crush. But for now, Flynn will do. He is second place, so I'll take him. But the main thing I want to point out here, which Oscar's very much pointed out, firstly, this outfit from the character, this isn't an outfit that we have in game at the moment. Now, I'm going to assume this is related to Flynn, possibly his level 10 outfit reward, I would think. I did debate about the possibility of whether it could be Merida because of some of the armor and stuff like that. But I think Merida's, if there was like an outfit for that, it would follow more with like a plaid pattern, maybe some furs. Like when I was looking at the outfits from the different characters in Brave, I think that would be more in keeping with Brave. So I do think this is Flynn related. I mean, we have got some of the leather working here and stuff like that. And the colours are very, very similar. So I do think this is possibly a Flynn outfit reward. But it's very cute. I do like it. I think it's very, very nice. There's a couple of other things that I want to briefly point out. Firstly, this which Oscar noticed, this portal in the background here. When we originally see this gazebo and this teapot, the gazebo is empty. And I just, yeah, I'm kind of intrigued about this. So we do have this portal. It does look to be swirling, like in a swirl of ink. So I wonder if it's like triggered by a quest line and would turn into a portal eventually, depending on sort of the quest line storylines and things like that. So I am very, very intrigued by this, because as I said, when we first see this, the gazebo is empty, there's nothing in it. So I think it's something that we perhaps trigger in the quest line. And then the next thing that I want to point out is this little bush here in between Merida and Flynn. Now, we did see some round bushes with some red flowers on them, but this looks more like a it looks very similar to the rose bushes that were in the Beauty and the Beast realm, if I'm honest. So I'm kind of excited about that, because if we get some sort of rose bush type thing like that, I think that's going to be so cute to decorate with. It does look like there's something else here, perhaps like a patch of like a crop or something, just because of the brown colors of it. You know, when we plant or have the trees that we can harvest from and stuff like that, it kind of looks like that, but it is very hard to discern. But it does look like there's a bit of a rose bush there as well. But yeah, I love this artwork. I think it looks really good. I do think that this outfit looks quite cool. So yeah, I'm pretty impressed with this first piece, and let's move on to the next. So this is our next bit of artwork. Now we get a better look at these cogs. Now I had pointed this out in my deep dive video. We do see these wheels in various spots during the showcase, and they're usually located in the gazebos. I think this is perhaps mocked up just for the artwork. I don't know if we'll necessarily see something like this in the trials. My thoughts when I did that deep dive was that this could potentially be a mechanism to open up our pathway to the trials. I still stand by that. I think that's possibly what it could be. As I said, we do see them in various spots throughout the showcase, and I think seeing them in the gazebos, it would kind of make sense that perhaps these are kind of cog wheels that turn and gain us access to the trials. We do see the characters here looking a bit confused. What I like is we have this armor here. We do actually again see this in the showcase, but we see them on statues. And I originally said, I was like, do we get them as a reward? And I do think we do. I think once we complete one of the trials, perhaps the trials with those knight statues, perhaps we get this armor from it. But I do think it looks very cool. I think it's a nice piece. I don't usually use the Dreamlight armor we have in game. I tend to dress my character a bit more girlier, let's just say. But the armor is cool. It's a cool piece, I'm not going to lie. It's a cool item. But it's nice to see a bit more of the trials here. There does look to be like some sort of lion emblem in the background, so that's kind of cool to see as well. But yeah, I think that's mostly what we can see in this image, is just this focus on this sort of turning cog wheel thing. And like I said, I still stand by the idea that perhaps it's for access within the trials, but all we can do is wait and see. Next up, we have a shot of Hades and our avatar, and we can see the time turner piece here. We do see Hades as well. I think Hades looks great. I think they've done really well on his character, and I'm going to assume this armor here is a level 10 friendship reward from Hades. Obviously we don't 100% know everything, but I'm gonna assume it just based on the color patterns, and it really reminds me of the kind of uniforms that you would see kind of like Roman or Greek soldiers wear. Like, that's what it really reminds me of. So Oscar mentioned this in his video, saying that he thinks it's going to be unisex. I 100% agree, because I don't think this is meant as like a girly dress. It's a dress as in like the typical form of armor that you would see from those Grecian Roman kind of days and uniform and stuff. That's what I really think. So I don't think, like I said, I don't think there's going to be like a dress and a pant version, because I think this is intended to be basically unisex, because it's referencing a style of armor from back in the day. We do see another look at Mythopia, which looks absolutely incredible. One of the things I'm really excited for with this DLC is being able to explore the realms. Another thing I noticed was we have this pathway here. This is not a pathway we have. Now looking at it, it does look like it slopes upwards. So this could just be very similar to how in the base game, when you go between, like, say, the plaza and the forest, or the plaza and the sunlit plateau, there's a bit of rocky terrain that you kind of walk over when you go up into the biomes. So I'm assuming this is a similar concept, that we walk up here to these gates, which I think these gates are our teleport up to here, up to the top of Mount Olympus. I think we're not going to walk the entire way of this mountain. I think we just get to the gates and it's a teleport kind of thing. But I think we do walk up this bit at least. But it would be nice if we got a pathing that was similar to this. We did get like 2 or 3 new pathings with the last DLC, so I am hoping we get something similar this time, something to blend into sort of the Mythopia, something to blend into the Bind, and also to Ever After. That's what I'm kind of hoping. So perhaps this is the preview of a type of pathing we're going to get. Like I said, I do think this is probably just detailing up to that area because of its slight slope, but it would be nice if we got a pathing that matched. Next, we have an interaction with the Lawkeeper, this character, and we also get to see another owl. So we get a closer look at this dress. Now, I was super excited when the showcase first started, because I did spot this dress in the window during the countdown of the showcase, and I thought it looked absolutely beautiful. It's a very cottagecore style dress. I like that we've got this kind of like boning detail on it to kind of create this like faux corset style top, a bit of lacing. But what I love is the pattern that's on this dress. The detail here is absolutely gorgeous. So I definitely think this is a dress I'm going to be wearing a lot of, because I think it's absolutely stunning. It is so pretty. The rest of her outfit's already stuff that's in game, you know, the shoes, the hat and things like that, the hair and everything. But this dress is absolutely gorgeous, so I'm so excited for that. The Lawkeeper does say, Stefani, where has your story taken you? What have you uncovered? So I assume this is part of the quest line. Perhaps she sends us on a mission to explore Mythopia or Ever After, and then we need to report back. Maybe we find something and stuff like that, which I think is very cool. I'm very excited to have these interactions in this storyline. Our next thing is the owl here. Now, we have seen a couple of owls already from the showcase. We do see a light purple coloured one, and then we do see a white one, which is sort of in the background of a couple of shots, a couple of different ones. And now we see this brown variant. So I think the owl is the creature that we've seen the most in terms of different color variants, whereas I think the dragon we've only seen in red, and I think the Fantasia Pegasus we've only seen in blue as far as I can remember. I don't think I saw any other colors, but I would be very excited to see if we could find out some of those other colors. And also the poses, because I remember when they did the key art, not the key art for A Rift in Time, but some of the artwork for A Rift in Time. And I was one of the first people to find some of these artworks, basically. And I found the pose for the capybara. So I was kind of a bit gutted that in these images we don't really have an animal pose. I think that would have been really cool to see. Because I'm assuming this isn't the animal pose. It just feels too disjointed and obviously showing the text. So I kind of don't feel like this is the animal pose. But I'm a bit gutted that, you know, we don't get an animal pose to have a look at, because that would have been fun to see. But that's all that we kind of can gather from this, is the new dress, a closer look at it, and it looks gorgeous, and another look at one of the companion colours. And then we have our last shot of them all, which is another one showcasing Merida. Oh, she looks so beautiful. She looks lovely, honestly. I think she's going to be such a great addition. And then it looks like we have a Merida style hair. It's nice to get more curly hair options in game. I am a little bit concerned that the back of this kind of looks a bit odd. Like, we have some real ringlet things here. I get it's supposed to be messy because that's like kind of like Merida's hair. She's kind of a bit disheveled and stuff like that. But it looks a bit weird, but I do think it looks cool. It's fun to have another curly hairstyle. I'm not sure I will be using this hair much because I have fell in love with the Ariel bundle hairstyle. I am quite a fan of the whole like sort of shoulder length style hair, and I feel like this game is really good with providing very short hair and very long hair. They don't seem to do a lot of mid-length styles, which is why I think I've kind of gravitated towards the one from the Ariel bundle, because I was previously quite a big fan of the very straight and sleek one. But I like the one with a bit more volume and a bit of style that you do get in the Ariel bundle. So I'm kind of glad that, you know, we have that as our mid-length hair. But I'm excited to get a longer length hair. You know, I'm always excited for anything that's to do with more clothing and stuff like that. Really excites me because I feel like we're missing a lot in that regard. So yeah, it's nice to see, you know, this new hairstyle that we can get with our players. We do see a bit more of the bind. I do believe this walkway is the bit that we see in the beginning of the showcase, where you walk across when you first arrive, when you're flying on that flying apparatus. I don't know how else to describe it, but yes. It looks like we've got Scrooge's store here. Now, it does look like there's a tree in the background here. Now, this looks slightly different from the persimmons that we saw. So I'm really curious as to what this could be. It looks like it's red with a couple of yellow spots on it. I'm assuming this is something different. I don't think it's like, you know how these trees have paper in them and stuff? This feels like a harvestable. Like, it even looks like there's a bit round the bottom of it. Like, part of me wanted to, like, it really from a distance almost looks like, you know, those one-up mushrooms, those toad mushrooms from Mario. That was the vibes I was getting, but I don't think it's that. So I wonder if this is another fruit, perhaps. I'm not entirely sure what it could be, but we do see a couple of, like I said, yellow spots and a red piece. So I might have to do some research to see if I can find some fruits, but it could be something that's slightly made up. I mean, in the DLC, we have something called Dream Mango, which is obviously based on a mango, but Dream Mango, as far as I'm aware, isn't an actual thing. So I think it could be perhaps a made up kind of fruit, maybe a mix of something. Like, it could be like some form of apple, but like a made up one. It looks like we've got some greenery here. It doesn't look like there's stuff around it, so I couldn't work out if this was a crop or just a bit of detailing in the grass. I'm not too sure. And it does look like we've got another red tree here. You know, we can see the orange tree and all these stacks of books and everything. So yeah, I think this looks good. I am very, very excited. Well, that is all of the images that they had in their press kit that they had added. There is one more thing I want to talk about, which was something that was added to Steam, and it's a bit of text. Some of it is pretty pre-established, some of it is what I think is kind of new, so I just want to talk about it very quickly. So when we go on to Steam, there's a bit of information here. It basically talks about what it is. So Once Upon a Time Storybook Well was made up of fabled stories, blah blah blah. It sort of goes through a rundown of everything. So talks about the conflict between Maleficent and Hades. It talks about snippets and things like that. It also talks about the different areas, so the Bind, Ever After, which does actually say a land of fairy tales where Maleficent's castle stands tall. So that is confirmation that that beanstalk kind of vine that goes up is actually Maleficent's castle. It does make me a bit nervous because if that's Maleficent's castle, I'm assuming that will be her home and that Maleficent will be tied to the DLC, which does make me very sad. It is one of the things that bugs me about Jafar. So we'll have to see. Maybe they can do something to rectify that or give her a house afterwards. They also talk about Mount Olympus and things like that. It does say each biome contains a fully customizable layout to decorate and make your own with exclusive furniture. Now, it was the exclusive furniture that I took note of because in the showcase they talked about the Scrooge store having exclusive furniture items for those that own the DLC. So I think, again, kind of more confirmation of that, perhaps. And then it talks about the royal net, which says crafted by fairies, which I think is so cute. Like, oh my gosh, I'm obsessed. Could this potentially be a reference to Flora, Fauna and Merryweather? I would absolutely love that. I have opened up a Rift in Time on my new account save, and I didn't realise that actually in the beginning, I'd completely forgot, but Jafar mentions Aladdin and Genie and talks about, I think Aladdin and Genie trapped Jafar on the isle or something like that. So it could be that potentially we get a reference to Flora, Fauna and Merryweather with this net, which would be awesome. But I love that like confirmation of like fairies just makes me so happy. But this is the next thing that I wanted to go on, which says befriend 5 new villagers. Now it says help Merida uncover a lost treasure of Clan Dunbrock. We are doing a film night for Brave in the Discord, so feel free to join the Discord if you want to watch Brave with us. But yeah, I'm excited about that. I was like really trying to think and I was like, what could this lost treasure be? If you have any ideas, feel free to leave it in the comments below because I'm so excited to find out what that will be. I assume that's a reward item that we'll then get to keep. It does also say execute an epic heist with Flynn Rider, which I think is super fun. So I guess that's some tie to his mission. I don't know what exactly we're going to be stealing. I don't know what kind of heist we're going to be pulling off, but I'm very, very excited about that. And then it says beware you don't become Hades' minion, which is something they did mention in the showcase. So again, I guess maybe Hades has a bit of a similar storyline to Gaston, where Gaston was looking for sidekicks. Maybe Hades tries to treat you like a minion kind of thing. And then it says face off with the mistress of all evil herself, Maleficent. So I feel like Maleficent is the big bad this DLC, which we probably could have gathered given that we get Hades first. So yeah, but I think it's quite exciting to see a bit about what the potential quest lines could be for these characters. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. But yeah, that is literally like everything for this video. I really enjoyed checking out these pictures. Obviously, if there's anything that you've spotted that I haven't, leave it in the comments down below. And once again, a huge shout out to Oscar because he's the man that found this first. I have to give him credit for it. I probably wouldn't have realised till many days later about this these artworks if it wasn't for him. So huge shout out to him there. But yeah, that's it for today. I'm excited for the DLC. I wonder if you guys are too. I'm sure you all are. I'm ready to get into it, and I hope we do get some more teasers in the coming weeks. It's only like less than a couple of weeks now. It's 10 days. Yeah, 10 days now. So I hope we get some more teasers and showcases and snippets. Perhaps we might see some of the companion and critter poses and things like that. I think that would be a lot of fun to see. I will be doing videos on the DLC when that does release. I probably will do a live stream as well. So if you are interested in any of that, feel free to subscribe to the channel so you can be notified of when my videos get posted and go live. But thank you all so much for your time today. Thank you to anyone who comments and likes on the video, and to my channel members and my subscribers. You are all awesome people and I love you very much. But thank you so much, and I'll see you all in the next one.